Hello fellow Tenno, this is Daredevil 117 bringing to you How OP Is It? Today we're going to be talking about one of the basic abilities from Wisp, one of the newest additions to Warframe. For those who don't know, her basic ability, the moats, or reservoirs as they're called, you can spawn up to 3 of them, 3 different varieties: Vitality, Haste, and Shock. At their base level, you get 300 health, 3 health per second. Haste mode gives you 20% increase in speed and a 30% increase in fire rate. And the static has a 100% chance regardless, but the basic range is 15 meters up to 5 targets. Now, regardless of how strong it is, what the range is, duration, you're always going to be able to shock up to 5 enemies. This basic moat is overall not that bad at the start, as it has a decent range, and you can stack up to 6 at one time. So if you have, say, 2 bases, you can have 1 of each on each base, and thus doesn't need to travel back and forth to get it. It is one of the only abilities in the game, as of right now, that have an infinite duration as long as you're within the radius. When you go out, the timer starts depleting and will go away if you don't go back to the moats, but they'll stay there for the whole duration of the game. Now, just do this to get rid of the buff. Nope, can't get rid of the buff. As a healing buff, is probably one of the highest ones in the game, and probably one of the easiest for new players to use, since you really don't have to pay attention. This is more or less, you have to help other people. They'll have to go to themselves, which still isn't that bad considering it gives you a buff in health, and it also gives you a buff in health regeneration. For the attack speed, it increases the attack speed at the base form, which still is not that bad considering you can get a pretty slow item. Let's see, then a star is one of the pretty slowest weapons I have. I believe it is. Oh, we got one right here. Parrot, the Path Assist, has a 0.6 attack speed. And if I were to equip it without any mods, nothing. Let's just put a as you can see, it's very slow. If I put down the haste mode, it's not that fast at the base mode, but I mean still, these are 2 base weapons that don't have any increase in status or strength. So overall, still not that bad considering it's her first ability, and you get 3 different things from it. One of there are only 2 builds that you can do that I can see. One is being a max range for shock. It really helps out when you're trying to find enemies, or if you're doing a defense. It helps stunning those long people that are very far away. And the one of my favorites is when you go in unlimited power is what I call it. Is you can get up to 312%. I currently do not have this last one, but you get the gist. And this is with no forma. I'm able to get 300% plus strength and double the duration of the timer. I do lose on efficiency and some range, but considering that the range, you can just run back to it and hop on top of it, and efficiency doesn't really matter because once you drop them down, you never have to activate it again. And as I said, the range, well, as you will see, the range is only affecting the shock moat, which, I mean, is they will start shocking you. I believe it's like at 2 meters. 5 meters, which is basically melee range, which still isn't that bad. And as for the health and the attack speed, the health is 920 health, and 10% of that is 92 health per second. And then you have 61%. I believe that is the 61% is the movement speed and attack speed of the melees by 61%, and fire rate of the guns. I have to go here. Oh, let me change nothing so they go away. This is a Stilla. Base Stilla shoot speed. Pretty weak. With a max range, or max strength. It shoots just as fast as a normal sniper rifle would, which is really good, considering you can focus less on attack speed and more on either crit, or since that's Stilla, get a pretty decent status chance going on there. And if you were to go to the path assist, which we just saw was very slow, now is insanely fast. And again, you don't have to worry about getting attack speed. You could put more attack speed to make it even more ridiculous this run. But this is making it go so fast, it doesn't even seem like it's necessary to focus more on damage, or crit chance, or status chance. Overall, and you can make even weapons that already have a ridiculous shoot speed, such as one of the fastest weapons in the game, the Soma Prime. As you can see, I do not really have any attack speed on it. I do have some crit, over 100%. This is its normal. Drop down this one. And it nearly drains my ammo ridiculously. If I were to bring out an Orc and a Heavy Gunner, confirm, and do that. I have all 3 buffs. If I were just go out there, my health is already ridiculously high. It stuns it and as soon as they get back out, they get 1 shot off. But as you can see, just run back up, they're stunned, and if I want to shoot them, get a ridiculous amount of stacks. It does not increase the damage, however. Poof. The health regeneration, however, is still very decent. I summon again. Wisp, which is one of the weakest Warframes in the game, would die really fast. Oh, let them attack me. So, the fact that I can stun them and still survive and get good decent attack speed. One of the things I think is very beneficial are for endgame weapons such as Reaper Prime. But going from 300 health to 1200 is a very big jump. And something with the Reaper Prime is just ridiculous, keeps him CC'd from the lifted. Oh, already did. Or if we were to get a status-based weapon as my favorite, the Liaison. Liaison is pushing over 100. I do not have it all filled out, and it's no Forma with a ribbon mod. I have Viral and Electricity. But one of the best since this new update is Viral and Heat, because Heat you can stack indefinitely. I normally go with Voltage, so it stuns them as well. But if you're going to go for pure damage, go to that. Simulate my guy again. Drop it. And as you can see, it's really fast, and they're dead. So overall, Moats, one of the most versatile of the basic abilities, has a heal, speed increase, and a stun. Stun is more or less melee if you go with the full strength, duration, and no range. But as for versatility, I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10 just because they are stationary. You cannot pick them up, move them. You are kind of screwed if a nullifier gets spawned on top of them and then you have to replant them. And since you can't really move them, you can only have, say, if I put some over here. Alright, so we got our two groups. Now you would have to run to either one, which isn't that bad, but say if you're in survival or interception, and you would have to have a very good duration, or you have to constantly run back and forth between them to manage them. You don't control it. People have to run back and forth between themselves. But overall, if the weapon or if the ability augment ends up being a where you can pick them up and move them around, that would be a pretty good augment. That way you can just put them down once and just have your whole squad carry them, and it'd be like a movable, pretty much fortress. I mean, you can't really deny the strength that you can get between these two, no matter what weapon you put on. Even whips that have very, or not whips, let's see, hammers. This one, I did put a lot of Fury on it, and Berserker. But if we go to the base mode, it is really slow. Put down a max strength haste mode, and this thing is attacking as fast as swords are. Another main weapon that is also pretty slow is the Parasis. Again, no. This thing has very good, big delay. And look how slow that is. That is really slow. And now that is pretty much not even exist anymore. And you can have a constant smash. Overall, if I had to rank this out of a 10, I would say I'd give it a 9. Just for the pure fact that you can't move them, they're stationary. But if you want to be a support frame and you don't know how to go, this Wisp would probably be one of the beginning ones, just for the pure fact that it's not as management. You don't have to focus on much other people. It's very great for defense missions. Any type of defense mission, really. Survival, interception, defense. The new one, disruption, would be pretty good. Help you burn down the bombers, as I like to call them. Yeah, overall, great. So thank you for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe, or don't. And I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.